What is going on, everyone? Your boy Lobo is back and I'm gonna do something different this time. We're gonna try and beat Pokemon Emerald with a Lombre and no HM slaves. I had this awesome idea because of M&J TV starter only run, so I looked up at other Pokemon who can do the same thing, and then this happened. Also, I started doing Pokemon challenges because of my Drybread. He makes awesome challenges not just with Pokemon but with other games too, so subscribe to both of them because they're awesome.
So subscribe to my channel too because you're watching my video. Help a poor boy in need. Thanks.
So going back, I wanted to use Slowtad, but he can only learn Surf and Flash, so I'm stuck with Lombre. And as you can see, he can learn a smothering amount of TMs, all the HMs that you need, but for the level up moveset, it's pretty much crap. Also, since this is a Hoenn game, I'm forced to do a double battle with Tate and Liza, so we have to use the free Castform. And before we start, here's the rules. No throwing of Pokeballs, no HM slaves, no items in battle, only held items and items outside of combat are allowed, and no glitches or exploits. With that said, let's do this, shall we? Starting off with Professor Tree doing the usual Pokemon speech, and I will name myself Lebo, obviously. Then we skip to the part where I replace the Mudskipper with a Water Lily. After that, we will be destroyed by a dog. Because the only move that we have is Astonish, a ghost type move which does not affect normal types, including that dog over there. Well, the dog just ran away when we were barely alive, so everything's good. Then we gave him the name Perry. Put it down in the comments below if you got a reference. And he's got Lonely Nature, which increases attack and decreases defense, which will be good since we're using physical attack. And after that, we fight May, and I guess it's just a piece of cake. So yeah, we were destroyed by May a couple of times, and I didn't want to grind this early on in the game, but we had no choice. And we fought her again at level 7 and exchanged a few moves, then we won with 1 HP remaining. It's not looking good, but at least we'll have a grass move against Roxanne, so I bet it's gonna be easy, right? Wow, so easy. So we try to level up from bug catchers and from wild tiny birds, which I can't beat. So we grinded at weaker things, and then
a few moments later.
Now Perry's evolving at level 14. We immediately challenged the gym again. Nothing much really happened here. We just spammed Absorb. We Oko the 2 Geodudes and then gained the level. And Nosepass eats a berry and uses 2 potions before fainting. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then we tried the optional rival battle after gaining a few levels. It wasn't that hard. It only took us 3 tries because of terrible confusion luck and Trico tanking a few hits. So now let's skip to the Dewford Gym where we're gonna find the strongest NPC, Brawley. So we challenged him, but we can't even get past his first Pokemon. So we leveled up. And then we challenged him every time we do level up, and finally got a good run at level 25. We first used Fake Out for extra damage, then we used Nature Power since it was our best damaging move against this gym. So as you noticed, mashing A is our strategy once again. And Brawley used the Super Potion on Machop, which is better than him using it on his Makuhita. Machop fainted after a few swifts, and we gained the level. Next was Meditite, which we plan on spamming Absorb since we need to be as healthy as possible against his sumo wrestler. Absorb wasn't that strong because of light screen, so we stopped using it when Perry's health is full, so we switched to using Swift. Brawley also used his last Super Potion on him, so we needed to use a few more Swifts to take him down and thanking him for some juicy HP. Last was the dreaded sumo wrestler. We still spam Nature Power while he is setting up with Bulk Up, which raises his attack and defense. Next turn he uses Reversal, which took out almost half our current HP, then ate his berry, storing a ton of his own. We then switched to using Absorb since Makuhita's defense has been boosted a ton by Bulk Up, and we almost got taken out, but thanks to Absorb, we beat Brawley and got the Knuckle Badge. So let's skip the Slateport shenanigans and on to the rival fight. First off is still Wingle, where we used Astonish, but she dealt big damage with wing attack, so we used Absorb to suck some HP back. And we also avoided the horrible Supersonic and taking her down with another Astonish. Next was an Overcooked Slug that was OHKO'd by a critical nature power. And lastly was the Cowboy Gecko, who surprisingly deals very little damage with her quick attack and was taken down with a couple of swifts. Easy! And then after that we destroyed Wally and his psychic baby. Next, Wattson is up and first sends out Voltorb, where we exchange Sparks for Swifts. Then Wattson uses a Super Potion. After that, we use another Swift, but...
Oh? Oh! Kaizoku Mark!
So we tried again at level 32, 33, 34, and at level 35. We tried around 7 times per level, and I thought we'll be able to beat him since Lombre's got good special attack and we're using Swift. But I forgot that there is still no physical special split, so normal moves are physical in this gen, and Magneton is a great beef boy. And on our next attempt, we're gonna let Perry hold a Cherry Berry because of a magnet and a dog. Oh, now at level 36, we try again. First was Pokeball Grenade, who was taken down after 2 nature powers, but we were hit with a Shockwave. Next was Puppy, and he was taken down after an Absorb and Swift. Well, he was able to use Leer, and I thought it wouldn't matter, but Electric Dog's quick attack will hurt. Beef Boy is up, and this is kind of luck based since we were praying to lower his defenses with Rock Smash, and we got it the first time. After that, he used 2 Thunder Waves, making Perry's Berry useless, but he was taken down after 2 more smashes though. Electric Dog was last, and he immediately used Howl, increasing his attack. Then we exchanged Swifts and Quick Attack, getting Manectric's health on Berry range. Absorb was used next because we might lose next turn, and Electric Dog attacked us quickly, leaving us with only 11 health. Another Swift leaves him with a Sliver, and I thought we already lost because of a Super Potion. But the Crit Gods gave us a Super Swift, winning us the badge. That was rough, but the next one would be a lot easier since we're using a water type, right? Now let's hop on to Mount Chimney to fight the red team captain. I bet I'm gonna hate this because of a damn bat. So first was the Angry Hyena. Nature powers Rock Slide here, so I was praying for a flinch, but he's the one who's getting all the flinches by biting me. Then he used the Sand Attack and used the Super Potion. Right now we're just mashing strength because we're not getting flinches with nature power. So we just took him down like that. And then Zubat just came and slapped us with his wing. But he was immediately destroyed by rocks. And that's what you call karma. And last was the Volcano Camel, who was hit with strength twice. And we were left with a Sliver after magnitude 6. Then the team captain just sprayed his potion on that volcano, but he was taken down with 2 more strengths. We got a clutch crit on the second one, cause if we didn't, we would have lost that fight. So now let's skip to Flannery. I'm taking back what I said earlier.
But the next one would be a lot easier since we're using a water type.
We don't have a water move up until level 49. And it's Hydro Pump. I guess I just jinxed myself. Okay, so let's just go back to Slateport, buy Hidden Power, and then let's check if this will be useful against Flannery. Let's look on the bright side. I have an electric move against Wallace. And since the only problem that I have here is the roasted tortoise, I'll just level up once and try again. And we'll also let Perry hold another cherry berry in case he gets paralyzed by body slam. So we challenged her again after we leveled up, and we OHKO the baby camel, the lava slug, and a critical OHKO on volcano camel. Last was roasted tortoise. We used strength and she ended up paralyzing us with a body slam, but we have a berry. And 2 more strengths while getting a crit on the second one was enough to take her down, winning us the heat badge. Next up is the best achievement of Pokemon ever. Getting a dad. And he just destroyed us with a confused teddy bear. So we tried again after a level up, and we got a weird animation with Spinda's HP, but she's down. Next was Vigoroth, who tanked a critical hit, and then Dad used a potion, but 2 more hits was able to take him down. Next up is Linoon, who tapped out with just 2 strengths. Easy. So last was the lazy beef boy who made us sleepy with Yawn, and we got a defense drop with Rock Smash. In the next few turns, Perry slept like a baby, but we got an amazing RNG with Daddy AI, so no worries. Perry used strength when he woke up and used Rock Smash to get a weaker counter that left us with 22 HP. We used strength, Dad used pots, we get crit, we won badge. And now we get the best move that we can get in this run, HMO3 Surf. Thank you very much, Wally's dad. And now this is the part where I'll say that you guys should follow me on Twitter, because I have 0 naming sense. You guys should give me some suggestions next time, because I just named the Castform Casper Ang. Terrible, right? Follow me on Twitter. Now let's destroy May. First up is Lava Slug, who was an OHKO with Surf, and next is Cowboy Gecko, who is 2 hits with Strength and another 2 hits for Perry Clone. This is a lot easier than the next gym leader, Winona. Winona. I really don't know how to pronounce it. Gym time. Cotton Bird's up first, and we used Hidden Power, but he hung on with a sliver. Winona used a Hyper Potion and Safeguard, but 2 more Hidden Powers did the job. Next was an OHKO with Toilet Bird, and a Surf OHKO on Prepubescent Corviknight. And if you're gonna say that he isn't, just look at him, man. The weird Derpy Bird just got promoted to a Dark Knight. Anyways, we had problems with Banana Dino and Cotton Dragon, so we're just gonna try again after we level up. We challenged her again at level 50, and we got an OHKO on Saw Blue. It was supposed to be an OHKO with Toilet Bird, but he used Protect, so we just killed him the next turn. The Steel Bird is still an OHKO with Surf. Next up is Banana Dino, and this wasn't really that hard. She just used Synthesis once, and I thought she was gonna spam it, but she didn't, so we were able to take her out after she used Solar Beam. Next up is Cotton Dragon, where we got a pretty sweet crit on first hit, and she used Oranberry, taking her out of potion range, so we were able to take her down the next turn, winning us the Feather Badge easy. So let's just go to Lilikov and destroy May. She sends out Banana Dino first. She was around 3 hits, but it could have been around 5 to 6 hits if she just used a potion, which she doesn't do. And next up is Toilet Bird, who used Protect, so we just destroyed her the next turn with Hidden Power. That's quite easy. The next is Cowboy Gecko, who was 2 hits with Strength, but he was able to use his Leaf Blade, so kudos to you, Cowboy Gecko. Last is Lava Slug, who was drowned in the flood. But where's Perry Clone? So we went to the casino after we stopped crying, and then we bought Ice Beam. Well, that's the only thing that we did here, so let's go ahead and skip to the red team leader. So he sent out his Mad Dog first. We got intimidated, but we're cool with that. He was an Oko with Surf. Next up is a purple bean bat who didn't die in one surf, but his stingy boss just used a super potion. That dude's a crime boss, but he doesn't have a hyper potion, bro. And last is Volcano Camel, who was an Oko with Surf. That's pretty easy. But wait, you can't get Crobat by level up, right? He needs something different.
All you need is friendship. Yeah.
Yeah, Pokemon with the power of friendship! And this is how NPCs will respond to you depending on the level of friendship that you have with your Pokemon. By the way, you need 220 points to evolve a Golbat into a Crobat. And look at what it says. Well, we have an in-game proof for this. It's on Gen 2. Silver evolved his Golbat to a Crobat when he turned good. But what about the evil teams? They have a Golbat or a Zubat early on in the game, and in the late game, they will have a Crobat. How did they evolve their Crobats? Do they have company Pokemon? Like in the real world, we have company cars, company stuff, right? Do they just let other people borrow that Pokemon? Or did they just evolve their Golbats to a Crobat? But that would mean they really think they're doing the right thing. So leave a comment down below about what you think about this, because I really want to know. And I bet that you guys want to know too, right? And now that that's over with, let's watch this red boy use a blue orb on a very, very red Pokemon. What a smart move. Amazing. So now it's time to fight the twins. The plan here is to let Casparang die immediately and to spam Surf since it can hit both opponents at the same time. And it's stabbed, so I thought it's gonna be good. But Claydol hung on and the twins used a Hyper Potion on him, and then Xatu uses the evil move Confuse Ray. You guys know how I feel about that move, right? But Perry didn't hit himself and was able to drown the weird bird. The twins sent out Yue and used another Hyper Potion on Claydol, but he was immediately decimated by a critical Surf. And Yue was brought down to a sliver, then they brought Escanor in the field. Yue then used Calm Mind and ate a berry. And what do you know? Confusion Luck strikes again. The Escanor used Psychic, dealing massive damage, then Yue brought the sun for some reason. Then Perry hits himself again, then dies to another Psychic. Wow, this is great! So we challenged them again, and Casparang still dies immediately because that is part of the rules. Then Perry tried to electrocute the weird bird, but it left him with a manageable amount of HP. Claydol then used Earthquake for little damage, and Xatu used Psychic for a chunk of my HP. He was taken down with Surf, but Claydol hung on, then used Earthquake after Yue was sent out. Well, it didn't matter because Yue's got Levitate and it won't affect her, but Perry's Surf not only drowns Claydol, but it also almost drowns Yue. Then she ate a berry which made her HP out of potion range when Escanor was sent out. Perry then drowned Yue, but Escanor was left with a sliver. I can't even see a red color in his HP bar right now. But Escanor made the sun shine and then ate a berry, but he was drowned with a critical Surf. Not getting confused really made a difference. And now you will see the strongest NPC in Pokemon, Maxie. And if you wanna know why, here it is.
See?
Do you think this is funny? Do you think this is funny, huh?
Now on to the last red team fight. Perry then drowned the camel and almost drowns the dog. I just wish I could drown Steven's electric plug like in the newer gens, but we're in Gen 3, so that's that. Hyena and Teenage Vampire is out. The electric plug got pissed, so he took the dog down with Metal Claw after that Count Purpula replaced the hyena. He immediately used Air Cutter, but he missed. Perry countered with Surf, which dealt massive damage to the two Bloodsuckers. Teenage Vampire was able to hit Perry with his wings, which dealt almost half of Perry's total HP. He was able to think clearly now and electrocuted Count Purpula, but he was able to hang on. On the next turn, Perry drowned the two bats. They were replaced with another dog and Volcano Camel. Electric Plug then attacked the camel with his metallic claws, and Perry drowned the camel, but the dog was able to swim to safety. But when Perry flooded the field again, he met Arcus. The red team lost so hard that they disbanded. By the way, I really don't know how to pronounce Arcus, I don't know. Whichever floats your boat. Now the red team is out, next is the blue team. Well, there's not much to say here. He's got the same team as with Red Boy, except for the shark. Replace the camel with a shark. So now that that's done, we got an Oko and a bat and a dog and 2 hits on the shark. Well, he also used a super potion just like a cheap crime boss that he is. Well, did they go to school together, him and Red Boy? Because he also tried to use the red orb on a blue Pokemon. Smart move, right? And before we went to Danger Noodle, we went to get the Return TM and Pacifidlog down here. It will be useful later, trust me. And now let's watch Red Bakugan and the Whale with Hands for Fence get schooled by Danger Noodle. But wait, didn't Groudon realize that he's surrounded by water? Just look at him. He's just on a small piece of land. What can he do? Oh well, not my problem. Let's just go back to the cutscene. Now that Danger Noodle said goodbye, we will try to fight Juan, the water type gym leader, and we're grass type, so I guess it's gonna be easy, right? Right?
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
So after that, we leveled up at level 68. We got a good attempt, but look at this heart-shaped fish, which is not a pre-evolution of this heart-shaped fish. I guess it was released too early to be a regional and too late to be a mega, just like Bull and Afro Bull. So going back, we electrocuted that fish. Next was a catfish, who we use hidden power like a smart boy, but he was OCO'd with Surf. And then next up is Sea Puppy, who lived through a hidden power, then countered with Body Slam, paralyzing Perry. Juan then used Hyper Pods, unlike Blue and Red Boy, who just use Super Pods, crime bosses. And since I'm just mashing the A button at this point, we just use Hidden Power again. Then Sea Puppy went down after hitting with a Body Slam. The dreaded Kingdra arrived and immediately used the cursed double team. I was able to land a hit with Strength, but on the next turn he used Ice Beam and we miss. Man, I wish we can do that whenever we use Ice Beam. But Kingdra just repeatedly used Ice Beam and Rest like a motherfucker. He landed an Ice Beam, left us with 1 HP, and we weren't able to land another Strength. And we were taken down the next turn. By the way, this was the best attempt that we had out of 30. And for every attempt, we just can't hit this freaking blue Peapod. So we grinded at the trainers below and tried again at level 69.
Nice.
It's still a hidden power Oko on the Heartfish, a Surf Oko on the Catfish, but a Sea Puppy hang on after our first hidden power and countered with a Body Slam. Luckily, we didn't get paralyzed. Juan didn't use his Hyper Pods on him and we just used another hidden power, leaving him with a Sliver. Then Sea Puppy was down on the next turn. Then the blue Peapod is out and he immediately used Ice Beam. He retaliated with hidden power, dealing around a quarter of his health. After that, he used double team and we hit with Strength. He rested but ate his berry to wake himself up. Then after a few exchanges, Kingdra just used rest again to regain HP. We tried to hit him a few times but we only got a hit on the third one. Then he woke up and used Ice Beam, dealing quite a good amount of damage. We still used Strength and putting her just a little over potion range, and we tanked another Ice Beam and beat him down with Strength. And as Michael from M&J TV said, and I quote, "Screw you, Juan, and your dumb Kingdra." Michael 2020. Last is a hidden power Oko on Crawdaunt, so we have the badge now. So on to the victory road to beat Wally. First was Cotton Dragon and we used hidden power, but we only dealt a third of his health and he used Dragon Dance. And since he's faster now, he was able to use Aerial Ace and it was a freaking crit Oko. So we tried to fight again and Cotton Dragon got hit by Strength, which dealt almost half of his health in damage. Then he danced like a dragon. After a few exchanges, he used another full restore and then used Dragon Dance, which made me sweat beads at this point. We used another Strength and hoped for a crit, but there was none and he hung on with red health. He retaliated with Aerial Ace, which almost takes us down, but we were able to beat him with another Strength. Next was Roselia, who was almost out from Strength, but he struck back with Giga Drain, leaving us with 28 HP. Next turn, another Strength seals the deal and I didn't get poisoned by his ability, which is nice. Next was Delcatty, who drowns from a single surf, and same goes with Magneton. Last is Gardevoir, who hung on after our first surf. He used Future Sight and in the next turn Wally used Full Restore. It was just rinse and repeat after that and we won the battle. Man, most of the damage that we got was from Cotton Dragon. That was unexpected. So with that done, let's skip to Goth Boy, who immediately drowns his Mad Dog with Surf, and then Absol shares the same fate. Next up was Ninja Tree, who survived the flood with a little below half health. He countered with Torment, preventing us from using the same move consecutively, which led us to take him down with Waterfall. Next was Goth Cactus, who got hit by Strength, dealing a quarter of his health in damage. Then he used Cotton Spore, lowering our speed. We got hit by a Feint attack next turn, but we retaliated with Surf, beating the Cactus down. Next was a Lobster, who used Swords Dance when he was sent out. Then we used Waterfall, leaving him with a little less than a third of his health. He struck back with Strength and we did the same to him to win the battle. 1 down, 4 to go. Hawaiian Ghost Girl is up and she sends out the Ghost Cyclops that used Protect on the first turn, so we just took her out the next turn. Next was Annabelle, who was also an Oko with Surf. Then Freddy Krueger shared the same fate. Then another Annabelle showed up and was destroyed once again. Last was a stronger Ghost Cyclops who didn't drown from a single surf and was able to retaliate with Shadow Ball and eat his berry. But the following turn, he was beaten to a pulp. 2 down, 3 to go. Winter Girl is next and she sends out her Sea Puppy. We used Strength to deal almost half health in damage and Sea Puppy sets up Hail. We used Rock Smash so she won't get in potion range and she countered with a Body Slam that thank God didn't paralyze us. So we hit with Strength again, but since we didn't get a D-drop, Sea Puppy held on with a Sliver. We got hit with another Body Slam, then Winter Girl used Full Restore on her Sea Puppy. We hit with 3 more Strengths, bringing Sea Puppy down, but she dealt damage with Body Slam, which left us with only 22 HP. Next up was a Floating Head who almost goes down with a single surf, but he struck back with Icy Wind, taking us down. So I think we won't be able to proceed with these movesets since I tried a bunch of times, so I went back to Lily Cove City, go to the move deleter and delete every move except Surf. I just left Surf so I can struggle faster, struggle more, die faster. And since I didn't go to any Pokemon Center, I will black out straight to the league. And here's our stats. It's pretty decent. And for the moves, I only taught him Ice Beam and Giga Drain because I thought those are the only moves I need as of the moment. And by the way, these stats are after beating Goth Boy and Ghost Girl, but I am still gonna show you this. So we challenged Winter Girl again, and this time we beat Sea Puppy and Floating Head with a Giga Drain and a Surf, then gained the level. Another Surf Oko with his second Sea Puppy, and with his second Floating Head we used an Ice Beam because I am not sure if we can Oko with a Surf. Floating Head then set up Hail and we used Surf for the knockout. Last is Sea Dog. We used Surf for a decent amount of damage, and Sea Dog used Ice Beam for over a quarter of our health, but on the next turn we beat him down with the Giga Drain. Just goes to show that a good move goes a long way. 3 down, 2 to go. And next up is the real Dragon Trainer, Drake. And not this dude who only has flying types. So he first sends out Dragon Candy, who surprisingly didn't use Protect, so he was destroyed easily with an Ice Beam. Cotton Dragon was also an Oko with Ice Beam, and next is Kingdra, and unlike with Juan's, this guy doesn't have double team. We were hit by a body slam, but we took him down with an Ice Beam and a Giga Drain. Dragonfly was taken down with an Ice Beam after using an Earthquake. And last is Salamence, who was destroyed with a single Ice Beam. I didn't think that this was gonna be this easy. I thought I was gonna have a hard time with Kingdra's Smokescreen, but he wasn't able to use it. Nice! And now it's time to fight the discount champion, Water Steven. He sends out Moby Dick, who got OHKO'd with a single Giga Drain. And next up is the Japanese porn star, who luckily missed the Toxic, but didn't take much damage from Surf because he's got high special D. He retaliated by using Sludge Bomb, which left us with just over a quarter of our health and poisons us. We die on the next turn. So I guess we won't be able to win here. We leveled up twice on the other Elite 4 members, and we taught Perry Hidden Power and Return. Since our Hidden Power is electric, I guess it will be a lot better. We also gave him a Pecha Berry because I am scared of being poisoned. So we challenge him again, but with a different strat this time. We need Moby Dick to use Rain Dance to make Perry faster because of his ability, and then take him down with 2 hidden powers. Next is Japanese Porn Star. We were able to hit with Return first before being poisoned by Toxic, which was instantly removed by the berry, and another Return took him down. Next up is Milotic, who got over half his health drained and hit back with an Ice Beam and ate a berry, but he was finished off with another Giga Drain. Pinata is up and was hit with Return for over half his health and damage, and used Giga Drain to get some health back. We did it again, but he didn't die, so he was in potion range, but we got a critical Return which took him down. Next was a Giga Drain Oko on Catfish. And last is Water Onyx, which got hit by Hidden Power and leaves him with a sliver. He uses Dragon Dance and he was healed 3 times in a row. So we just spammed Hidden Power, praying for a crit, which we never get. So we just wait for him to run out of full restores. Then he uses Hyper Beam and luckily he missed, so right now we are the Pokemon champion. Or so you thought, but we haven't fought the real champion yet. But now it's time to take down Steven.
Nope.
How about now?
Nope.
Now?
Nope.
Okay, time for a new strat. I picked up a heart scale near my dad's gym and go to the move tutor and look for good moves. Which I forgot that I can't learn because this is Gen 3 and Perry's moves are... So now we'll just use the same strat with Water Steven, which is Rain. I went to the Titanic and got myself the TM for Rain Dance. And I also have to walk to the move deleter because of Dive and replace it with Waterfall, because we need that to go to the champion. And then that makes our moves 2 HM moves, a grass move, and a setup move, while giving Perry a Pecha Berry because I'm still afraid of being poisoned. I don't know if we can win if we're not level 100, but let's do this. Skarmory's up first, who immediately uses Toxic, which was rendered useless because of the berry, and we set up Rain. Next turn, one Surf was able to finish him off. Next is Sid, who was also OHKO'd with one Surf. Another Surf Oko on Claydol. Iron Spider is up and he was almost taken out with Surf, but Meteor Mash damages for almost half our health and Iron Spider eats a berry, which makes his health out of potion range. So another Surf was able to finish him off. Then Agron was also an Oko with Surf. And last is a creepy looking plant who got his health shaved off by Surf. Thus, answering our question if we can beat Emerald with only a Lombre. Well, technically it's not possible because of the double battle, but you get the idea. And this is actually really fun. This is the first time that I've ever used a setup move in the main storyline. Also, I would have had more fun if it wasn't for once Kingdra. And I now know why fast travel is freaking amazing. So with that, thank you guys for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and look forward to another Pokemon Challenge video. This is your boy Lobo signing out. Peace!